Good day, viewers. Today we'll be discussing a very important national issue, which is electoral participation and democratic accountability. And with me is a political enthusiast, Ms. Catherine Obasuba, who will be sharing more insight on this topic. It is great to have you here for this discussion.
Thank you. It's a pleasure.
So, to get us started, how would you define electoral participation and why it is important for a functioning democracy?
So, electoral participation refers to the active involvement of citizens in electoral processes, especially through voting and through other activities like voter registration, civic education, engagement in political discussions and affairs. So, we can also say that this is important for a functioning democracy because it is the primary way that citizens get to express their will and choose their leaders.
That's interesting. So, in your opinion, what are the major factors affecting voters' turnout in our country today?
So, there are several factors that actually affect voters' turnout, and we can see that one of the major factors is lack of trust in the electoral system. We see that so many voters, they feel like their votes may not count, so they'll be like, okay, so what's the need of me voting? There's no point, so let me not just have any interest in this, or there's no point. So, and another thing is voter apathy as well, which is caused by disappointment in leadership or unfulfilled promises. So we see that there are several electoral systems that we've come across. So many promises have been made, so many campaigns and all of that, and at the end of the day they don't actually fulfill those things. So that is what brings about this voter apathy. And then we also have the issue of logistic challenges as well, which is difficult registration processes, those long queues, and insecurity during election. And this has been one of the things that makes citizens know what to go out to vote or participate in elections, right? So I would just say that these are the major factors that make voter turnout very low in our country today. Thank you.
All right. To what extent does low vote participation affect democratic accountability among elected leaders?
Okay, so low voter participation significantly weakens democratic accountability, right? So when fewer people vote, we see that leaders are elected by a small portion of the population, which reduces the pressure on them to actually perform for the majority and do as they are promised or fulfill their promises. So it can also encourage political complacency in the sense that leaders feel less obligated to fulfill campaign promises because they were not broadly elected. So we can see that on the other hand as well, the higher participation sends a strong message that citizens are engaged and watching, which pushes leaders to be more transparent, to be more responsible and responsive.
So, what role do institutions like the electoral body, media, and civil society play in improving participation and accountability?
Institution actually plays a crucial role, like a critical role, yes. So we see that the electoral body is responsible for organizing free, fair, and credible elections, which builds public trust. And then looking at the media also helps to inform citizens by educating voters, by advocating for transparency and encouraging civic engagement. So, and we see that when these institutions actually function effectively, they create an environment where citizens feel confident and motivated to actually participate in political affairs.
Interesting. So, what practical steps can citizens and government take to increase electoral participation and strengthen accountability?
Okay, so to increase participation, government should simplify voters' registration. They should ensure security during elections. That's especially because it's a key problem and issue that we're having. And then also make polling units more accessible. And we could say civic education should also be strengthened to help citizens understand their rights and the importance of voting. And then for accountability, there must be stronger enforcement of laws against electoral malpractice and corruption, and citizens themselves should also have a role to play by staying informed, by participating consistently, and demanding transparency from leaders even after elections.
Thank you very much for sharing your insights, and it is great having you.
I'm glad. It's a pleasure.
It is clear that electoral participation is not just about voting, but about ensuring that leaders remain accountable to the people. And to our viewers, remember that your vote matters and participation is key to strengthening our democracy. Thank you for watching.